There we go. We in there.
Yeah, I'm I don't do live too much, so I'm like, damn. I'm like, wait a minute, I see a little red dot down there. That must be.
That's
How
okay.
you
Let me
doing?
give me a little filter action. Hold on. I just thought
Okay.
it worked. How are you?
I'm all good.
That's good. I'm excited to talk to you. Very interesting person.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we're gonna go with that one. Well, for anybody who doesn't know me, I'm hopping on your page. My name is Nisha. I'm a master interviewer. I specialize in facilitating conscious conversations. And so right now I'm about to get into one with the Chief General Hellraiser himself. Thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. For people who don't really know about the movement, right? Can you tell them a little bit about, is it pronounced Malachian Empire?
Malachi.
Malachi Empire. Can you talk to us about the movement?
The Malachi Empire is a indigenous Aboriginal tribe organized within the United States, but outside the United States. So the legal classification is a micronation. So a micronation being a nation inside of a nation, right? And we also have the Republic of Malachi. So the Republic of Malachi, the Malachi Empire is in reference to the people of that particular organization or nation, as we call it. And the Republic of Malachi identifies the actual landmass or territory of the Malachian Empire. You see what I mean?
Okay. And then how did you come across it? What was your first introduction?
The Malachian Empire.
Uh-huh. Tell me like how you first learned about it.
Well, I'm the creator of it.
You're the creator.
Yeah.
What made you want to start that?
I mean, I'm a producer by nature. I'm a creator by nature. So, you know, when I ventured into the conscious community and realizing a lot of components that we need to operate independently didn't exist, which is why we are dependent upon, you know, the things that we are dependent upon. You see what I mean? So in order for this thing to work, I realized these things have to exist. And in order for them to exist, sometimes you got to create it. See, I've never been the type of person that believe like, since it doesn't exist, then I guess it's not possible or we can't do it. That means that you hold the responsibility to create it. So that's what I did.
So creating a nation inside of a nation, what kind of roadblocks have you found yourself running into with creating something so new, so innovative? And seemingly you're going up against, this big force of an entity that's kind of already well established. What kind of roadblocks have you ran into with creating the empire?
Every last one of them you could think of. Every road, but the beauty about it is that it's not us against them per se. You see what I mean? Or us against anybody. It's just simply us and it's them. You see what I mean? Now, are we training ourselves and teaching ourselves, educating ourselves to be able to defend ourselves against oppositions that may be them? Yeah, of course. That's the objective. So if you compare things to any type of war of nations, it's always been about, once you get all the, the meat and potatoes, the foundations, everything, now it really boils down to, how many men do you have? How big is your military? How many guns? What type of artillery? What type of firepower? What type of technology? You see what I mean? So that's when we start getting to deeper aspects of that, I'm ready to go in every direction. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay, so if somebody were to want to be a part of the movement and the empire, what are some things that they can expect to learn and get out of it?
Understand self, because everything starts with self and ends with self. So that's a lot of direction that we go in. The next thing is understand the difference between private and public, how to operate outside of the matrix of contract and commerce, outside it, but also within it at the same time. How to become one with self and one with it as well, without conflict or conflict of interest.
I see. Okay.
We just trying to be in harmony. We don't, we're not terrorists. We're not going against, we're not at war with nobody, but we will be preparing for war at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay. What understanding self, right, is one of the first things that you named that, you can get out of it. What has been I'm trying to think how to ask it. What have you understood or learned most about yourself after creating this nation?
That everything starts with self. Like I said, I have to envision it first. Once I can see something happening, or us having something, or being able to accomplish something and obtaining it, that's where all my answers come at. That's where it just so happens to be like, damn, because how last year you could have had a vision or a dream, but you probably couldn't see it, see yourself there or doing it or accomplishing it, but all of a sudden something happens or you envision it and all of a sudden it just became positive. Like, damn, 5 years ago, I wouldn't believe that I would even be doing this. Mm-hmm. A lot of things that I do, so I just try to, find ways to see things as being possible now. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Based on where I'm at now, what I have now, I believe there's always some type of possibility to make things happen now.
There we go. Somebody in the chat, it looks like Clint is asking, do you know about the straw man documents? Are you familiar with that?
Of course, yes.
Do you guys use those?
Everybody uses the straw man documents in some type of way, form, or fashion. Anything with your government name on is a straw man document. So are we entertaining the aspect of secure party creditor and stuff like that? Yeah, that's part of our educational base. But we reprogram people's understandings and competence of that. A lot of the information that's out there is mistaught and misunderstood. So yeah, do we entertain the straw man? Yeah, we teach you how to get control over your straw man and learn how to leverage the straw man to serve your best interests. Yes, but we don't get stuck with the straw man, because the straw man is still something that they created. We create our own shit. All right, we create our own straw man. So we can have unlimited straw man. The whole point of it is creating and controlling your own shit.
Mm-hmm. I saw one of the resources that you guys have on there. Can you talk to me a little bit about the tribal ID?
Every nation, every government, every state has their own identification. So do we. Within our identification, we have all the security standards as any other state or government ID, and we also have tribal identification debit cards as well. So you can also use it as an ATM card, debit card. You see what I mean? And now we're releasing our passports this month.
Wow.
So anything you can think of as far as identification you have with any state, we have that. Whether it's identification, whether it's insurance cards, debit cards, birth certificates, your naming certificates, vaccination exemptions, tax exemptions. All these things are things that are adopted by each person that becomes a member of the Malachi Empire. Mm-hmm. As we adopt and enhance different things, every member adopts that. Every person adopts that as they become members. We create our own bonds. We create our own private bonds with backed by 21 pieces of silver. We have our own currency called the Malachi. Coin. We have our own currency. We have our own currency exchange where people come in with the U.S. dollar, exchange the U.S. dollar for Malachi coin, so they can now shop in our network and our marketplace. We have our own decentralized communication platforms. We have our own voice and text app, Nomadian. We have our own Zoom, Oxium. We have our own private email, mail tunnel. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about whatever.
Wait, what don't y'all have?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff we need, but we have all the essentials for sure.
Yeah. That's dope. What have you found to be, from your opinion, the mental shift that needs to take place in order for, you know, Black people to be able to see all of the opportunities that you're providing within the nation?
They got to forget everything they know and thought they knew.
Everything.
Because when people come in, they assume, or they look from the outside in, they assume is this or that, and it's not. You know, I know it's not every day they come across any aspect of what we're doing and how we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't really get what we're doing, you know, and it's hard to get from the outside. You know, now some certain people can put two and two together, because if you have the wise eye to be able to see, or the conscious eye to be able to see, you can kind of tell even from the outside, like, wait a minute, something's different about this. Wait a minute, they have this. Wait a minute, they have all the key components that your standard government would have. We have our own DMV division, except we call it our traveler division, where we issue our international driver's license and driving permit. You know, the United States has the DMV. You know, we have our own business department, that's trade capital. So that's when people go get their corporations done, their estate plan, their trust and estate planning done. We have our credit department where we once you build your corporation, now our company, one of our companies, can report directly to your business credit to help you enhance and develop your business credit. You know, all these things are in house. You know, so the tools and the resources are here and there for people to use or utilize. You know, to build and rebuild themselves to be able to operate out here and do the things they need to do.
Mm-hmm. Should there be a sense of urgency, I guess, for this war that you kind of like, you know, skimmed over, speaking of, that could possibly unfold? What war are you referring to?
Well, it's been a war. You know, it's been just like it's been slavery. You know what I'm saying? It's never been over. But if we don't get a hold of control over our legal selves, then the war is going to come out of, you know, once people start realizing that we're losing more and more control every day for the sake of losing our own identity. You know, we are suffering. The war is an identity crisis. We all have an identity crisis. We all are suffering from identity theft. Our identities were stole the day you was born. You see what I mean? And used to manipulate and control you. You see what I mean? So that's the first thing we got to understand, you know. And then we have to slowly but surely, but quickly, expeditiously go back into our God-like selves. You know, you as a goddess, you know what I'm saying? Me as a God within, you see what I mean? To tap into our powers of creation, because they don't want us to remember that we are the creators. We are creators. They want us to believe if it doesn't come from them, it's not real and it's not valid, right? That's the whole illusion. We got the power to create whatever we want to at any given second. See, they want us to be handicapped, dependent, and crippled upon their system and their organizations. We create our own organizations and do business amongst each other. You see what I mean? The only time that we have, people think like freedom comes with a world without rules or regulations. That's not what we're doing. People can't just come and be members of the Malachi Empire and just run off and do what the hell they want to do. No. Business respects business. Government respects government. There still needs to be a balance, and it still needs to be structured. There still needs to be some sort of regulated system. Let's not be retarded. You see what I mean? But a lot of people think that, and then a lot of people think freedom is free. You know, no aspects of anything that we've done and created for the people and by the people has come free. You see what I mean? It's either going to take a certain amount of money, a certain amount of time, and a certain amount of energy. And all of those three equations equal up to currency. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what currency actually is, you know, either one or the other or a combination of all three.
Yeah. What have you found to be like the most frustrating aspect of getting people or convincing people to come back to their godlike self?
People are all over the place in their personal lives, in their work lives. They're just literally all over the place. People are so scattered. People want this and need this, but they can't. And the adult mind is so congested, so compressed and suppressed, and just, I don't know. It's just like, sometimes you can't even give somebody something. You know what I'm saying? Like, say if I give, like Monday nights, I give my time. That's my equity. That's my currency. I give my time. That's my donation and give back to the members and people of my community, right? This is what I commit to, right? So even though I give it, it's available to you. Most people still won't get it because for simple roadblocks, like I can't get into the Zoom. I don't know how to use Zoom. How do you see? I'm not gonna teach you how to use Zoom. I'm just not gonna do it. You see what I mean? See, in order for people to be free and be properly equipped to even be able to receive, you have to be able to. I can't give you nothing if you're not able to receive. You see what I mean? You have to come with an open mind, and you have to take accountability and responsibility, you know what I'm saying, and learn how to position yourself to be able to receive. You see what I mean? Take a second, sit down, relax, breathe. And if you just apply a few ounces of your brain, I'm pretty sure you'll figure out how to get inside the Zoom meeting. That's all I'm going to say. And if you can't, don't worry about it. You can try again next Monday. You see what I mean? We're not going to do all this extra stuff because we don't have time to be, everybody wants to be baby. They want you to walk them through every aspect of everything. No, if only I had the privilege and benefit of being taught by somebody everything that I know now. Yeah. If somebody came in and taught me, teach me this. No, you have to learn how to separate yourself from the world of illusions that you live, to be able to tap into the source of information and energy that you need, period. So I don't know. It's yes. Well, outside of, you would think like, everything outside of us would be the problem. Like, other governments and other organizations and other. No, they're not. We're not really. I mean, it might be a concerning issue in certain aspects. Yeah, of course. But the biggest problem, the hardest job is the people, is the mentality of the people. The first area of status correction, I don't want to talk about no status correction. The status correction I want to talk about is mentally and spiritually. If this shit ain't right, it ain't nothing we can do with you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We have to reestablish the mind. We have to rebalance the mind. We have to re-cleanse the mind. We have to re-cleanse the spirit. We have to re-cleanse the body. All of these things are the greatest aspects of any area of status correction of self. You see what I mean? There's an identity crisis. So we're not going to understand none of this stuff that we're talking about over here if we don't get this back. We don't get self back.
Yeah. What kind of work have you done to get that, status correction mentally?
I had to go through a lot of different chambers of finding self. I have a lot of different experience in a lot of different religious circles until I had to swim through those religious waters and climb out into the spirit world. I've done a lot of personal outside of the religious box when I made it out of there, and I realized the difference between being spiritual and religious. You see what I mean? I got the answer to, a direction to the answer, or the source of the answer, which is self. Because everybody does it, everybody goes through it, because we're taught and programmed that we have to go to this person, this place, this thing in order to find God, or to find this or find that. Everything either consciously or subconsciously or subliminally teaches you that, something outside of self that you have to go to in order to be saved, to be this, to be that. And in true reality, all you gotta do is go into the bathroom, look into the mirror, look at that, the image, the reflection. Look at the reflection that's right there in front of you, and then look into the eyes the eyes are the windows, the mirror to the soul. It's like, exactly. It's like look deep, look deep, like look through and look past. The more and that's literally what needs to be done. A lot of people don't take time to to reflect on self, to see themselves for who exactly who they are, not who they think they are, or not who they want to be, exactly who you are. To give an honest evaluation of who you are, where you are, to be able to determine where you need to be and how you need to get there. So now once we realize the source of God or higher power or higher consciousness is self, now we can purposely do things to entertain the aspects or concepts of that, or things that will provide you the experience to becoming closer to self. You see what I mean? So now everything is a reward based on going through the experience. You see what I mean? Because now we're taking things in different. If you had worked 13 horrible jobs that you hated, most of us have. Now you can go back and retrace the experience of that to take back the aspects that you need to be who you are today, right? So now you're able to take all those things that happened that you may have perceived as being bad or negative. You was able to take the things that you needed to learn from those experiences, not on top of the good things. You see what I mean? So everything is important now. The homeless man that you met on the street, he said a few words to you. Your mind is open enough to be able to receive the message from this person and not be judgmental or discriminative based upon the outlook or outfit of the person that was talking. There's a message in anything and everybody. So we have to be, like I said, but we have to be open to receive, And everything, outside is an aspect, is a reflection from the inside. You see what I mean? So everybody is a component. Everybody, I learn from everything and everybody. I take every opportunity to learn from everything and everybody. It don't matter. I can sit up and talk about, and people can look at all the accomplishments I've achieved so far, which is cool. But I'll still tell myself it's all right, right? Because I'm always going to remind myself that I need to do so much more, right? Or I can do so much more. Because if I don't remind self of that, self will go into its own ego, right, and become complacent, and to the area that I'm at now, and then just be like, I've done enough. I can retire now, or I've done more than anybody that I know. So, hey, I can learn no more. I can achieve no more. Anytime I make a new accomplishment, I might pat myself on the back, give a quick acknowledgement, then I'm back off to the races. It's now it's time to start shooting for the new level.
Yeah.
It's like with every level. Once you reach the top of this level, once I get here, cool. But now there's a new ground floor. So that I reached a new height, but I push it down beneath my feet. Now that's the new floor. So guess what? We have a new ceiling. And that's the new goal we have to reach. There's always new floors and new ceilings.
Yeah.
With every level. Yeah. Congratulations, you made it. Now, what can you do now? What can you do next? What you gonna do next?
That's good. When people, decide to join the empire, some of the things that they can get out of it is obviously the membership, identification, trust, business credit, all of the stuff that you named. Can you kind of speak to a little bit on the traveling as a foreign national?
Yes. So the aspect of or concept of a foreign national is a legal person, right? Remember, we are not these people for real. We can't be these people. We can't live in a fictitious world. The only way we can is with a fictitious body or a fictitious person or a legal person, right? So we have to create these legal people in order to navigate through the matrix of the contracts of commerce, right? So we develop these private trusts that are foreign. They're foreign national because they're foreign to the state or foreign to the government or foreign to the corporation in which it's operating, right? So it hasn't been created by that party. So if I show you a trust that I create, right, that's a foreign entity, right? Because it was created by me outside of them. right? Now, if I take my straw man, right? I take my straw man is another, it's actually a foreign vehicle too, but it's actually foreign to me because I'm not the creator of that. I didn't create that social security number. I didn't create that birth certificate. But if I show you a 9-digit number that I created, and I show you a legal document that I created called a birth certificate, a tribal birth certificate, I am the creator right now. And now anything outside of me or it is foreign to it. So that's what makes us foreign to it. So we are foreign nationals in comparison in relation to the other contractors in that space. Does that make sense?
Okay. The other things I want people to kind of understand all of the tools and the resources. I'm looking at your page right now too. One of the other things that you have on there, we talked a little bit about the identification, the business structure. Can you talk about that?
In relation to what you're looking at?
I'm looking at your post that you said, like kind of like the Zooms, like when people hop on the Zooms. The Q&A, the different things that you guys discuss. There's another one on here that says, operating in public domain, private and public, business structure.
Yeah, so typically we're referring to like building strategic structures for business. So multi-layered, multi-legged structures. So this can be a combination of a trust that is the owner, that is created to be the owner of a LLC. And that now a LLC that is doing business as another legal person, right? So those are three different legal entities, right? So you'd have the DBA, the LLC, and the trust, and they all work in harmony with each other. So that would be called like the Holy Trinity, So now we have the owner, controller, or the parent. The parent would be the trust. Okay. And then the trust could be the grandparent, and then the LLC can be the child of the grandparent, which is the parent of the DBA. You see what I mean? So the DBA being the child or the public figure, the one that's going to go out there and operate in commerce in the public, because now, or to do business. So when he goes out to do business up under said legal name, if anything was to happen, they're going to be looking for him or her as that legal name, and they will have to grow to find out or dig and find out the actual company, which is the LLC. But they can't penetrate the LLC without penetrating the trust, because it's held inside the trust.
Oh wow.
You see what I mean? So the trust being like a shelter or a safe. Yeah. Right.
That's good. What's your definition? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so the trusts are created to be the owners, and we are. So we maintain positions of creator and controller. So I created these things. They're not me though. I'm not attaching myself to them, right? And the trust is created to be the new legal person or representative to own the LLC. So I don't own it anymore. I'm just the secretary, the treasurer, all these different things, because now I have legal control without legal liability, because I don't own it. With ownership comes liability. That's why they sold you or sold us Negroes, quote unquote, melanated people, on ownership. That's why they want us to be proud to own something. I own this, I own that, right? So we can tie ourselves to, so we can be proud to tie ourselves to, just like we're proud to tie ourselves to a crayon color. Like we're proud to call it, I'm black and I'm proud. We was taught to be black and proud. We wasn't originally black at all, let alone proud to be black, right? So it's just a perversion, a manipulation of words. We don't understand the stuff we be saying. We just go along with stuff, Yeah. And that's what ties us to things legally. That makes us liable for things legally.
Okay, so what would you say is your definition of black excellence then?
There is no excellence in black. we got to get that. We got to really. I didn't say that just to say that. There is no excellence in black. There's excellence in melanin.
What is your definition
right?
of melanin excellence?
Oh, okay. My first definition would be a group of people that understands the importance of not falsely classifying yourself as non-melanin and classifying yourself as black. That's black, and we can start with that and end with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like we can start with that and end with that. First of all, we can say, and remember what I told you earlier? I said we are suffering from an identity crisis. Mm-hmm. You know? And this is a reflection of that. We don't even know we're not, and we wonder why we as black people don't have any rights. Why black is not really power. Black never really got us anywhere if we think about it. Well, what has black got us besides beat the hell up on the road, beat up and shot, right? Do it get you any fighting? Well, it depends. See, what happens is there's small rewards within a long sword of deception. You see me? So when you're dealing with a group of people that's been degraded for so long and manipulated for so long, controlled for so long, depleted of everything for so long, when you give them, when you throw out a few crumbs, it's so much appreciated. Oh, master gave me this. So, I got what's all them loans that was going out?
The PPP.
What's the other ones? When people was getting the check, that people that worked. You talking about the PPP was for business owners?
Oh yeah.
Everybody's waiting for their check or whatever. So you can't even. It's like we look for those rewards. Yeah. You see what I mean? Just like we look for. I mean, as an employee, you look forward to tax season, right? You look forward to getting a couple dollars back that was yours anyway. Mm-hmm. In which they're only giving you a portion of it back. But since you don't understand taxes, mm-hmm. And your right to pay or not to pay, or your benefits to leverage the tax.
There it is.
Stimmy, yeah. Everybody waiting for their stimmy. Everybody waiting for their stimmy. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
They get the stimmy, they blow the stimmy, and wait for the next stimmy.
Yeah.
And that's life.
Starting and creating the Malachian empire, would you consider yourself free?
And I'm free. I'm free here. I'm free. I have freedom of thought. I have freedom of creation. With certain limitations, of course. Because I'm not able to create every aspect of everything right now, because that still takes more time, resources, money, and stuff like that. But the freedom of thought is my freedom. The freedom to even act on certain things is my freedom. But the fight to freedom and of freedom is what we are all about, and it's a continuous thing. So I can't respond to that as if like we've accomplished freedom. Don't let me lie. You know what I'm saying? So like when y'all bring your ass home, it's time to get to work. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Now there's gonna be some benefits involved, but don't think this is no vacation. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be the.
It's not like I've arrived. It's like no. Let's get to work. Get busy.
No.
Wow.
We did a lot of the work for you, but it's gonna go ahead and grab this.
What's the next biggest leg, I guess, to pursue within the empire?
Now is creating strategic ways to build and increase the population.
Mm. What's the population right now?
I don't know if I want to say.
Can you give an average or like a range?
We're in the hundreds.
Okay. What's the goal? What's the goal in the next years?
Yeah, we're in the hundreds across all the states. Even we have some out the country now. Members out the country now.
Wow. Wow. And when did you start the nation?
The Malachi Empire was actually in the making. I would say 5 years ago. Okay. But it wasn't originally called the Malachi Empire at first. Yeah. So the name came probably within the 3 years.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What was it called at first, and why the rebrand?
There wasn't necessarily a rebrand. It's pretty much it started off as the Hellraiser Legacy.
Okay.
Right. You see what I mean? And so the Hellraiser Legacy started off as pretty much just a movement per se. Like I feel more comfortable calling that like a movement. You see what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
That was the move where it's like I'm trying to do something. I know it relates to, you know, education, you know, the re-education with self, the people, organization, structure, but I didn't really know how that. I didn't have the full picture in my head yet, right? I just knew that part, right? So I know I need to unite the people. I knew I need to bring the people. I knew I need to enlighten the people, while enlightened as I enlighten myself. But there, you know, one day it just hit me as far as the picture or how big. Don't you know how you sometimes when you do some stuff, you don't even realize how far or how deep you need to go to really be in position or to accomplish what you really need to accomplish. Yeah. You know, and one day it hit me. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I gotta build a whole nation. like literally, I have to, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and you know, I see a lot of people, especially our melanated people inside of our communities, using the word nation building loosely a lot. I'm hearing it a lot now. I'm hearing a lot of words loosely. Nation building, generational wealth, all this, that's like a trending thing going on now. I take a little bit of offense to it because I know, you know, 99% of people don't have no clue on what it even takes or looks like to even think about talking about nation building. You know, the only aspect of nation building our people understand is pretty much what we seeing is just a group of nation building is not just a group of niggas coming together. It's not. You know what I'm saying? You know, coming together, saying a few good speeches, turning up a little bit, you know, marching a little bit, then we go home to our regular scheduled program. That's not nation building. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more work. It takes a lot more structure. It takes a lot more time. It takes a lot more money. It takes a lot more competence in a lot of different areas. It takes a lot of more sacrifice. It takes a lot more insight. It just takes a lot more. You see what I mean? You know, but once you get it, you get it. Because technically what we're doing and what we need to do is not a brand new concept because we're living in a nation. So it's the cheat code is right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Learn from your oppressor.
Well, what's the
you know what I'm saying?
Step when you decide, okay, like you just said, I got to actually start my own nation. What's the very first step?
First step is the people. You know, outside of the people is having an actual structural plan, you know, in place. You know, knowing and prioritizing the put it like this. If you have like when you think it's like if you think of the United States, when you think of the United States, what's some of the first things you think of?
The freedom of speech, business, commerce.
Which relates to what? So we have, okay, United States. We think of the United States thinking aspects of business. Okay. The United States is a company. Yep. Okay. So we remind ourselves of that. Remember, the United States has a start date. It's incorporated. Just like when you travel on the road and you go from one state to the next. Welcome to Illinois, Incorporated. 19, you know what I'm saying? These things, these are corporations that you're traveling through and on. Let's get that straight first. So inside of each corporation, within the United States, so you have the United States Corporation, and then you have 50 other corporations that's subsectors inside of the master corporation called the United States. That happens to be claim territory within the landmass that we know as North America. Two different things, but based on how we're taught, we automatically attach the two or assume the two are the same, the United States and America. No, they're not. So now if you think of all these 50 corporations now what do all 50 of these corporations offer? Services. So services could be, when we get our ass locked up, the officers provide a service. That's a service. That's a service provider. You see what I mean? Now that's a service we don't like, but it's a service. You see what I mean? When you go to the DMV to get your license, that's a service. That's a department. That's a department, a corporation inside the corporation that provides a service to the people. You see what I mean? The IRS provides a service to the people. The Social Security Administration provides a service for the people. The TransUnion, Experian provides a service for the people. You see what I mean? So we just, Vital Records provides a service for the people. The hospitals provide a service. The schools provide a service. The banks provide a service. You see what I mean? So when I ask this question again, now you know what to think about when you think of the corporation of the United States. Think of the top 10 that you could think of the corporations inside the corporation that is the strongest parts of the foundation of the corporation. You see what I mean?
How do you I guess you kind of said at the beginning of the interview, you still have to utilize some of these services and products to navigate just regular daily life.
Exactly.
Whether you want to or not, you're still here.
Exactly.
So how does that make you feel? You cool with that?
The beauty about understanding and is about realizing that once you identify, and some things are not some things we have to accept right now, right? That doesn't mean we have to accept it forever. You know what I'm saying? And so, let's keep in mind the things that we already went through. We already acknowledge that the Malachi Empire has its own currency, and we also acknowledge, and that currency is also proof of concept that because we have our own currency, we are already ahead of the next wave of the world, because every government and country is going into the crypto space and the blockchain. The United States has their own coin. They're just waiting for the transition. Everything is going to that. Everything is going to the digital space. Everything is going into the metaverse. So when I tell you we have our own currency, and we already have blueprints, structures to develop and build the Malachi Empire, an aspect of the Malachi Empire inside the metaverse. We already ahead of time. You see what I mean? So once the world changes, see, that's where this comes in at, where we're strategizing and building futuristically. So when things change, we're already first in line and ahead of our time. So we're already normalizing what people don't understand right now. We're already normalizing what the government is still trying, what the United States is still trying to figure out, and all other countries. You see what I mean? So I feel fine, because I know that we are gonna be one of the first nations that already had their hands in the shit. And fuck the old world. They can have this old money. They can have the old money. So outside of that, we already have our own credit bureau.
Wow.
Shout shout out to my guy, bro, Bob from Canada. That's managing that situation. We already doing things. We already building our own credit bureaus. We have our own monetary system and currency exchanges and stuff like that. So we already have our own technology platforms. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. That we purposely. Now it's not popularized now because people don't see the necessity now because they're too dependent on the shit that they get from their government, the United States. Mm-hmm. But once all the shit hit the fan, they be like, damn, oh y'all got all this shit set up? Yeah, we had this. It's been set up. Yeah, you didn't know we was gonna need this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the person that prepares, that has the what do you call it, the generator at his house, right? You know,
ready.
Most people not gonna have it, right?
Yep.
But when, you know, that one night, the whole block of city loses electricity, we still got lights on. Now everybody, I guess what's gonna happen, what the neighbors gonna try to do. Hey, do you guys have an extra outlet? Oh, well, as a matter of fact, we do. Come on now. We thought, we knew you was gonna ask, so we had extension cords and stuff like that. Yeah. So we're not worried about where the United States is at and stuff like that. The only thing our biggest focus outside of, we know what needs to be done as far as technology, structure, and business. Mm-hmm. We got this. You see what I mean? Like I say, the biggest issue is awakening the people. Mm-hmm. You know, getting as many people woke in position as possible, you know, nationwide, because still, no matter how beautiful the structures are and everything we have lined up, we still can't do things on a massive level without people. You see what I mean?
You gotta have the people.
That's always going to be my biggest issue. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be, you know, if we had the people, the resources, and, you know, and then the people of influence that we do have, if we actually able to use their influence instead of them just being secret, silent ass members of the empire, and they ain't saying shit but reaping the benefits of the empire, but are we still doing all the heavy lifting? Yeah, y'all talking to y'all. Y'all, the members that we had, that got all the millions of followers that y'all members of the empire already, y'all still ain't saying shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Y'all need to speak up and let the people know what's up. And what we need from y'all is don't even cost money. You know.
Wow.
Small endorsements. Tell the world about us.
Wow.
You know. Wear the T-shirt, goddammit. You know. Hold the flag up. Hey, give us a shout out. You see what I mean? We don't even need no money. Give us a shout out. You see what I mean? So it's like, but you know.
What do you think that is? What you're talking about? What is that? Why is that a thing? Why the secrecy? Why do you think that is even a thing?
Man, I think it still boils down to a large majority of people they know we're a necessity. They know they need us, so that's why they come to us. Mm-hmm. But they're so tied and trapped into the other world, and they don't understand enough that they still might fear, still an aspect of fear. So it's like, oh, I don't want to show, you know what I'm saying? It's based on them fully not really understanding, mm-hmm. You know. That's what it is. That's really what it is.
Like, I want to understand. I want to be a part of it, but I'm still like, got one leg in over here, yeah. One leg there. Is there opportunity for like dual citizenship?
Yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's only if you hit it right on the nail too. Like I said, we do have a couple individuals that is pushing, that, you know, that's gonna do exactly what I just said or whatever, but most of them don't. But it's because they're, like I say, even regular people, if you're tied, if you have too much commitment to, people don't understand that as a Malachian Empire member, as a Malachian, this is not no, you know, I just get this ID, I do this paperwork and boom, I'm free, I just whatever, and just no, it's a lifestyle. You have to embody the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You have to really be a part in order to really truly reap the benefits, and rewards. And then for us to even reap the benefits of having you, we need to embody, the understanding and aspect of what we're doing. Yeah, that's with anything. That's like, come on, that's like being on if we playing sports, we on the same team. Okay, I can have a jersey, but if I don't show up to practice, and if I don't show up to the court when it's game time, like how much benefit am I to?
Am I really on the team? Yeah,
exactly. So that's what it is right now. We got a lot of jersey wearers, but it's still the same damn people on the goddamn court every day, shooting the ball, So, but mark my word, that's gonna change once the first few people finally come out the woodwork publicly, and they're like, "Oh shit, he's a part of it. Oh shit, he's with it. Oh shit, oh." Because the world is is filled with consumers and followers. So soon these the right people come out and actually and speak and it like oh watch the gay star flood there. It's funny. It's gonna be funny, because it's not like they don't see us right now.
Right.
They see us and they smell us. You know what I'm saying? It's hard not to, because now we're in an age where, because of all the shit that's been going on throughout the past few years, people have been forced to seek knowledge now, to seek truth now. People have been forced, like I know you probably witnessed, like people that was nowhere near conscious, now all of a sudden they're getting conscious and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like bro, I've been telling you that shit 10 years ago. Shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so we're in the world of so that's a good thing, but that can have a few pet peeves in it too. You know what I'm saying? All these conscious people all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Before
we get ready to go, I want to ask you though, what's the end game, right, for the Malachi Empire? Where do you actually see it and want it to be, let's say 5 years from now?
Bigger, better, stronger. You know what I'm saying? Everything just times 10. I'm proud to say, like, a lot of the foundational components that we need, out of necessities, I believe that we have already accomplished that. It just needs to be expanded on, and I'm a perfectionist when it comes to systems. Systems. I'm a systems guy. I have to create systems. And that's with anything, and just in business. It has to be a system in place in order to scale. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How do you provide is one thing, to be able to provide some stuff for you or a few people. And how do you provide to the masses on a bigger scale? So there has to be systems in place to be able to do that, to be able to properly manage and delegate tasks and actually provide service. See, people don't understand. We're service providers. That takes work, people. So it means we have to trace. I mean, so people have to run these things. So imagine a lot. No disrespect to our people, because a nation really involves a lot of business, but people don't understand business creation, business management, and skill in these areas. Is like that's why many fail at this, because that takes its own time and work. And investment. You got to take time to properly educate yourself. I got to still go back to school, get certified in different areas, stuff like that. That's coming out of my pocket. That's coming out of my time. You see what I mean? I can't provide shit that I don't know.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So it's a constant wave of that. And I can't expand on that if I'm not able to teach the next person that to operate this division. It's like we need divisions in every state. We need regional officers.
Mm-hmm.
We need regional ambassadors. You see what I mean? So people can't just keep coming home for supper, eating and leaving. No, we need you to implement this. We need, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a few people can't provide all these services for all these goddamn people.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel overwhelmed?
At times.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm built for it. I got tactics to maintain my sanity.
That's good. I want to open the floor to anybody who may have questions. I have a lot of good people participating and chiming in. Let me see what some of these people saying. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you. embody this lifestyle. Shame Black folks are like that. We need a celeb before committing. Anybody got any questions for General Hellraiser? Salute to the tribe.
Salute.
Wow. Man, you taught me a lot. You taught me a lot. Just this conversation, I'm going to say tapped into what you got going on. And I appreciate you for taking this time out and speaking with me, for sure.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man. Keep up the important work, for sure.
For sure. Yeah, I like all the stuff you're doing too. I see you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yep. We out here. All right. Well, I'm gonna hop off. I don't know if you're gonna continue to stay live in case somebody else wants to hop on with you too. But
yeah, I got a Q&A in 1 minute. So.
Okay, there it is. All right. Thank you.
All right. Peace. Thanks for having me.
Peace.
All right.